Welcome to the Bulldogs Coaches Show, featuring Howe Athletic Director and Head Coach Zack Hudson.
Busy off-season, not really an off-season that you're used to, I would suspect.
It is. We did a lot of improvements up here at the stadium, and a couple of administrators and myself, we took on the project and try to make this place back up to date. And it's something to be proud of now, but we worked hard during school, and then any spare time we tried to come up here and get some stuff done. So it was fairly busy for about 6 months.
What would you say the most rewarding part of this whole thing has been, seeing this complex come
Well,
up?
I think the kids are proud of it just due to the fact that when people come here, it's something they can be proud of, and they're not embarrassed by or feel bad almost that some of the facilities we have are just they were just outdated and old, and had their time had expired, and they really love playing on a nice field and a nice stadium, and just like everybody else, and so now they get to.
So I've had, jokingly, about 9,000 people ask me, there's one thing missing here at the new complex at Bulldog Stadium, and that's the victory light. We
are in the process of our shop teacher is going to build one for upstairs on top of the press box that's made out of metal. It's real nice with LEDs underneath it and everything else. But he's trying to get his class going right now, and he has a second year welding class that here in about a week they'll go back out in the shop and he'll have the kids build one.
You've made it well known that this is the best hiring of a staff that you've ever done. Talk about that.
Well, I'll go down the list. In the spring, our defense coordinator left. I hired an offense coordinator, Dale West. He came from Sweeney, had been in a couple other places, but he brought in an offense that personally I thought would be good for these kids. It was a slot tee. It just fits the talent we have and the type of kids we have. They're just hard workers and do anything you ask, and you have to be able to do those two things in the slot tee. He came in, brought it in the spring, was here all summer, worked with the kids over the summer in the weight room, and then we hired Coach Rupert. He was at W.T. White last year, but he was an athletic director and head football coach for about 7 years. He was a head softball coach. He was a principal at Commerce. He's been around for a while and brings a lot of experience and knowledge to it, especially in the administrator side on how to handle kids and things of that nature. Tim Short was hired as our head basketball coach, and he helps coach the secondary. He brings a lot of experience. He was a defensive coordinator for about 13 years in Pottsboro. Has been around this area for quite some time, so everybody knows of him. Heath Grant, he was a receivers coach at John Tyler last year. Brings another massive amount of knowledge with him. He's a young guy with a lot of energy. Then Coach Buddy Adams was hired from Bonham, another young guy that brings a lot of energy, works with our linemen all the time. He worked the summer camp, and it was it's one of those years where you hate hiring so many people because you never want the kids to have a total turnover almost. But there was a couple of us that stayed. Coach Ignoski stayed, Coach Wood, Coach Elvington, and myself. We were here, and the other guys that left just basically either retired or moved on to, bigger jobs that they were looking forward to. But nothing against this place, or it's not that they didn't enjoy it, but to get some guys in here with a lot of knowledge, and I can't tell you how proud I am to have those guys here. How good they've been for our kids. Our kids are excited. They show up and leave with smiles on their faces, and as long as that keeps happening, we'll be all right.
Now, you mentioned the slot tee, what Coach Dale West brings. Talk a little bit about that and the massive difference that'll be from years past for the Bulldogs.
Well, this area especially, everybody lives and dies by the spread offense. There's different versions out there that you can run. I've been in the system before when I was in LaGrange. It's a great system, but you need some key aspects to that system. At this point in time, we don't have those key aspects with the kids we have. We have a different type of kid. And saying that, the slot tee brings in a lot of misdirection. It's a downhill north and south. We don't have a lot of breakaway speed, but we got about 4 kids that can run, 10, 20 yards faster than anybody. So it brings that, what they do best on the field, and not trying to make them do something they don't do very well. And so we were able to bring that in, and the misdirection has been great for it. And a lot of people don't know how to defend it anymore. It's an old school offense that people ran, 40, 50 years ago. There's been a group of guys in Texas that have kept it. Matter of fact, East Bernard won a state championship with it 2 years ago. So it's not that it's outdated by any stretch of imagination. It's just it doesn't have the glare and the spotlight like the spread offense does. But I tell you what, when you have the right kids to run it, it really is a pretty magical thing.
Talking about the right kids, one transfer you've got from Sherman, Dalton Felder. He'll be joining the team this year.
Yeah, we've had 2 transfers from Sherman, and they're both the athlete types. Not linemen or anything, but it just gives us depth. He was not able to work out the first week with us due to UIL regulations because he went through spring ball. But he moved back to Howe ISD, and we're glad to have him. And just another piece of the puzzle that goes together. And to give us depth at a tailback right now. I think he played quarterback there for a while, but in this offense, without the experience and the practice of it, it's pretty difficult to grasp pretty quickly. But Joaquin's done a great job, and to be able to him and Anthony back in the backfield staying fresh, and he's also going to play safety for us, and him and Anthony and Levi and a couple others playing safety will give us fresh legs out there and give us some experience out there, and it helps us all the way around.
Now we talk about Bonham, the opponent tonight, and their head coach is a Grayson County boy from Gunner. What do you know about Bonham? How much? What are they going to show to you?
Well, they're they lost their big kid last year that they had playing quarterback that not a whole lot of people could stop. They lost him. They still have about 3 kids back there that are very dangerous. When you play a school that's 2 divisions higher than you, the one worry you have is getting pushed around a little bit. I don't think our numbers are going to hurt us as bad. We've had a lot of kids, especially linemen, step up and been able to play some defensive line roles, so we can get some kids off the field. We've moved 2 freshmen up to play linebacker, and it's allowed us to get some other kids off the field so they can get a break and be fresh. So I don't think the numbers issue is going to hurt us. You worry about getting pushed around a little bit, but I think if we go out there and play our game, we'll be in the middle of it and have a chance to win it. Cody's a great coach. I've gotten to know him the past couple of years that I've been here. So I know him and Blake as his offensive coordinator. I know they're going to be coached well. They're going to do things right. And whenever that happens, they're always going to leave their self a chance to win because they're going to do things right. So we're just going to have to make more plays than they do.
This has been the Bulldogs Coaches Show featuring Howe Athletic Director and Head Coach Zack Hudson.